This blanket is divided into panels, panel stitching, and edging. The panels are divided into panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, and panel 4. Let's start with panel 1, which is divided into parts 1, 2, and 3. Use a circular cast on the first section and work it counterclockwise. Once completed, work part 2 over part 1. Then work on part 3. You'll need to connect the first 2 sections. The stitches used include single crochet, chain stitch, slip stitch, double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, and a bubble stitch with half double crochet. Before you begin crocheting, learn the basic crochet posture, yarn material, color scheme, and hook size. Please refer to the product details and printed diagrams. Start with the first circle of part 1. Start with a circular cast. Work a chain stitch. Start by single crocheting the loop. Next, work the leaves. Start with 12 chain stitches. Then, starting with the second to last stitch, pick up the yarn above the chain stitch and single crochet 1 stitch at a time. One half double crochet. Six double crochets. One half double crochet. 2 single crochets. This completes 1 leaf. Then single crochet the loop. Continue working the flower stem, starting with 8 chain stitches. Then, slip stitch the last 3 chain stitches. This completes the flower stem. Then, repeat working the leaves and flower stem, single crocheting the loop. I'll demonstrate another set. Start with the leaves. Then, start working the flower stem. Follow the diagram and complete this loop. When you're done, tighten the center of the piece. Finally, connect it with the first single crochet stitch. Next, chain stitch one stitch to secure it, then cut and hide the thread. Hide the leftover thread as well. This completes the first loop. Next, work on the second part. Take the thread of the corresponding color and start with the first row. Find the eyelet of any flower stem and thread the thread through that hole. Rise up with 4 chain stitches. Then, work 4 unfinished half double crochet stitches in the same hole. Wrap the hook around the thread once, insert it into the hole, and then loop it out, slightly lengthening it. This completes 1 unfinished half double crochet stitch. Work 3 more. Use your middle finger to gently press down on the looped thread. When you're done, you now have 9 loops on your hook. Wrap the thread around the hook and then loop it out. This completes a special 5-stitch bubble stitch in half double crochet. Next, work 3 chain stitches as a transition. In the same hole, work a bubble stitch of 5 half double crochet stitches. First, work 5 unfinished half double crochet stitches. Note, stretch the loop slightly. Then wrap the yarn around and work it out in one go. This completes the bubble stitch of 5 half double crochet stitches, hereafter referred to as the bubble stitch. Continue with 3 chain stitches to transition. 1 bubble stitch. After completing, work a chain stitch. This completes the first row. Next, work the second row. Flip. In the left hole, work a slip stitch to transition. Then work according to the diagram. Note, the bubble stitches so far have been spaced 2 stitches apart. After completing, work a chain stitch. The second row is complete. Next, work the third row. Flip. In the left hole, work a slip stitch to transition. Next, work a bubble stitch. Once you're done, the third row is complete. Finally, chain a stitch to secure. Cut the thread and hide it. Hide a few more stitches. Repeat the chain stitch for the other 3 flower stems. Finish the chain stitch for this flower stem. Next, work the first loop of the third section. Find the first row of any second section. We'll chain the hole on the left. Once you're done, chain 2 stitches. Next, work a slip stitch. Pick up the first section on the left, this leaf. Double crochet the third stitch from the bottom up. Crochet any number of yarns on the wrong side. Next, chain 2 stitches. Slip stitch the hole at the edge of the first row of the second section on the left. Be careful not to twist the second section. Four chain stitches. Second row of edge holes. Slip stitch. Chain 7 stitches. Rotate. Slip stitch in the second row of edge holes on the other side. Chain 4 stitches. Slip stitch in the first row of edge holes. We'll consider the stitches from start to finish as a group. This round is a repeat of that group. Pin it as shown in the diagram. This completes the first round of the third section. Hide the end of the thread for the connection. Proceed to the second round. Start by slipping a stitch in the left hole to transition. Next, chain 4 stitches to stand up. This counts as one treble stitch. Next, chain 3 stitches to transition. Slip a treble stitch in the left hole. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice. Pin through, wrap the yarn around again, and pull out. Now, there are 4 loops on the hook. Wrap the yarn around the loops, looping through the first 2 loops, and repeat 3 times. This completes the treble crochet. Chain stitch transition. Double crochet 1 loop in the left chain stitch hole. half crochet 1 loop, chain stitch 1 loop. Once completed, double crochet 2 loops in the left chain stitch hole. Two loops, 2 loops, chain stitch 1 loop. Rotate the piece. Half crochet 1 loop in the left hole. Double crochet 1 loop, chain stitch 1 loop. Once completed, follow the previous demonstration and the diagram to complete this loop. Finally, pick up both threads from the last chain stitch in the standing needle and slip stitch 1 loop. This completes the second loop. Continue with the third loop. Now, make a slip stitch in the left eye to transition. Chain 2 stitches to stand up. Do 1/2 double crochet stitch, then 3 chain stitches to transition. Do another half double crochet stitch in the same eye. Chain 1 stitch to transition. Next, make 2 half double crochets in the small chain stitch hole on the left. Chain 1 stitch to transition. Continue making 2 half double crochets in the left eye. Chain 1 stitch. When you're done, make 2 double crochets in the chain stitch hole between the single crochets on the left. Two chain stitches, 2 double crochets. For the second double crochet, first pass it through the hole in the bubble stitch at the end of the second section. In other words, pick up the yarn and pass it through the chain stitch hole at the back. Crochet. When you're done, chain 1 stitch to transition. Follow the instructions in the previous demonstration and diagram to complete this round. Note that the last double crochet at each corner needs to connect to the bubble stitch in the second section. After completing this, pull the 2 yarns from the second chain stitch in the standing stitch to connect. Complete the third round. Next, work the fourth round. Start with a slip stitch in the right hole for the transition. Three chain stitches for the standing stitch. This counts as 1 double crochet and 1 chain stitch for the transition. 1 double crochet. This double crochet needs to connect to the top of the first section. Pick up any few yarns and pass them through. And then work through the chain stitch hole at the back to complete the work. After completing this, continue crocheting according to the diagram. Note that you need to connect when you reach the first section. The connection method is the same as in the previous demonstration. The double crochet stitches that need to be connected are marked on the diagram. Complete this round. Finally, join the stitches. The fourth round is complete. Now, crochet the fifth round. For the fifth round, single crochet the chain stitch and double crochet stitches in the previous round. Cross the corners with a chain stitch. For the sixth round, change colors and double crochet the single crochet stitch and chain stitch in the fifth round. Note that you chain the corners with a chain stitch. Complete these 2 rounds as shown in the image. After completing, secure with a chain stitch. Reserve 3 to 4 times the amount of thread left at the end for sewing. Crochet the corresponding number of pieces for pattern 1. Next, learn pattern 2, using a circular cast and working counterclockwise. New stitches used include the 3-stitch popcorn stitch for treble crochet. See the demonstration. First, cast on the circular cast. Next, crochet the first round. Work 3 chain stitches to raise the loop. This counts as 1 double crochet stitch. Work 1 chain stitch as a transition. Work another double crochet stitch into the loop. Work 1 chain stitch. This round is a repeat of 1 double crochet and 1 chain stitch. Once completed, you have completed 9 sets. Finally, tighten the center of the piece. Connect the 2 threads of the 3rd chain stitch on the raising stitch. Complete the first round, cut the thread and hide it. Now work on the second round. Take out the corresponding thread. Start by threading the thread through the hole to the left of the raising stitch. Next, work 4 chain stitches to raise the loop. This counts as 1 treble crochet stitch. Work 2 treble crochets in the same position. Start with the first one. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice. Pick up the entire chain stitch. Wrap the yarn around the hook and release. Wrap the yarn again. Put the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook 3 times. The treble crochet stitch is complete. Pick up another loop. Enlarge the loop. Remove the hook. Pick up the 2 threads of the 4th chain stitch on the standing needle and pull them through. Push the loop again. Break the yarn out. Cream another chain stitch to secure. This completes a special 3-stitch treble crochet popcorn stitch. Next, chain 2 more stitches. Continue, crochet 3 more treble crochets in the left eyelet. Enlarge the loop. Pick up the hook and pull the first stitch. Push the hook through the loop. Break the yarn out. Cream another chain stitch to secure. This completes another 3-stitch treble crochet popcorn stitch, hereinafter referred to as the popcorn stitch. Next, chain 2 more stitches. 1 popcorn stitch. Then, chain 4 stitches. This will be the corner. Later, follow the pattern of 1 popcorn stitch and 2 chain stitches. For the corner, chain 4 stitches until you complete the entire loop. At the end, connect with the first popcorn stitch. This completes the second loop. Cut the thread and hide it. Now, we'll work the third loop. Begin by connecting the loop in the hole to the left of the first popcorn stitch. Then, follow the diagram to work the corresponding stitches. Work all the way through the chain stitch holes, make sure you don't make the mistakes. This concludes the third loop. This concludes the second loop of the pattern. Compare it with one edge of the pattern in the first loop. I'll use a random pattern for demonstration. Check to see if the side of the second pattern is half the side of the first pattern. If the difference is too large, adjust the tension and recrochet. Follow the previous demonstration and complete the corresponding number of pattern pieces too using the color chart. Next, learn pattern piece 3. Use a circular cast and work counterclockwise. See the demonstration. Just follow the diagram for the first round. I've already done it here. No need to change yarn for solid colored patterns. You can crochet according to your own preferences. I'll use a color-changing pattern piece to demonstrate the crochet method for pattern piece 3. Now, let's crochet the second round and remove the yarn. First, connect the thread and the hole to the left of the standing stitch. Rise with 2 chain stitches. Double crochet 1 stitch in the same position. Two chain stitches. 1 slip stitch. Then 3 chain stitches. Leave the double crochet stitch empty. Slip stitch 1 stitch in the second hole. Consider the 2 chain stitches raised so far as one set. Repeat this set. Complete this set according to the diagram. Cut the thread normally when finished. Complete the second round. Now work on the third round. Take out the corresponding yarn. Connect the thread at the same point where you slipped the stitch in the first round. Rise 1 chain stitch. Single crochet in the same position. Wrap around the 3 chain stitches behind. After completing, chain 4 more. Single crochet in the empty double crochet stitch on the left. Chain 4 more. Repeat the remaining crochet. Complete this round. Connect with the single crochet stitch when finished. Complete the third round. Crochet the fourth round according to the diagram. After completing, work on the fifth round. Start by working a slip stitch into the right eyelet. Next, work 2 chain stitches to rise. Work 2 more chain stitches to rise. Work 3 half double crochets into the left eyelet. Follow the instructions to complete this loop. After completing, connect the 2 yarns of the second chain stitch to the rise. This completes the third piece. Piece 3 also needs to be matched with piece 1. Complete the remaining pieces of piece 3 using the color chart. Next, learn piece 4. Using a circular cast, start by crocheting back and forth, then crochet a border. See the demonstration. Start with a circular cast. Next, crochet the first row. Just follow the instructions. After completing, tighten the center of the piece. First row is complete. Next, crochet the second row. Work 3 chain stitches to rise. Flip over. This corresponds to the double crochet stitch below. Next, work 2 double crochets into the left eye. Chain stitch between them. Once completed, complete the loop as shown in the diagram. The final double crochet stitch is placed over the third chain stitch from the rise stitch. The second row is complete. For the third and fourth rows, follow the diagrams in the previous demonstration. Once completed, work the fifth row with a chain stitch rise stitch. Rotate the piece counterclockwise. Work 4 single crochets into the treble hook on the left. Pick up the entire treble hook and work. Pick up the entire chain stitch on the left and work 2 single crochets. 3 single crochets into the double crochet. Two single crochets into the chain stitch. Next, work a single crochet into the loop from the rise stitch. Once completed, work the stitches symmetrically to the same side. This concludes the tutorial for one piece of flower 4. After completing, compare it with piece 1. Use the color chart to complete the remaining pieces of flower 4. Now learn to sew. Follow the sew diagram and sew each piece together. See the demonstration. First, take out piece 1 and piece 2 and sew them together. Align the corners to the corners, then pick up a half stitch and sew together, meaning the 2 stitches are next to each other. First, thread the reserved thread through the needle. Start sew from the treble hook at the corner. Align the stitches to each other. If you encounter a chain stitch along the way, pick up a thread from the chain stitch and sew it together. Continue to piece 2, and then the first chain stitch at the next corner. When you are finished, take out piece 4. Face your last row right side up. Chain stitch the corner of piece 4 onto the last stitch of piece 2 and piece 1. Follow the previous instructions and continue stitching until you have finished stitching piece 4. Once completed, refer to the stitching diagram and sew all the pieces of the outer frame. Note, if you encounter a connection between pieces like this, sew randomly in the center without creating a hole. This concludes the sew-in method. Next, learn the edging technique. New stitches include a double crochet 2-stitch bubble stitch and a single crochet decrease. See the demonstration. Start with the first loop and remove the new yarn. For this loop, double crochet the single crochet stitch on piece 3. For 2 connected corners like this, double crochet the connection. 2 chain stitches, 1 double crochet. Once completed, pull out and connect. This concludes the sew-in method for the first loop. Next, sew the second loop. Remove the yarn and connect the threads. Stand up with 3 chain stitches. In the left chain stitch hole, work a double crochet 2-stitch bubble stitch. Wrap the hook around the yarn once, lifting the entire chain stitch. Remove the yarn and wrap it around again. Remove it from the first 2 loops. This completes the unfinished double crochet stitch. Work another unfinished double crochet stitch. Wrap the hook around the yarn once, insert it, wrap it around, and remove it from the first 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap it around the yarn and remove it once. This completes the double crochet 2-stitch bubble stitch, hereafter referred to as the bubble stitch. Next, transition with 4 chain stitches. Work another bubble stitch in the same position. When completed, transition with 4 chain stitches. 1 bubble stitch. Next, leave 2 stitches open. In the third double crochet stitch on the left, work a double crochet. Then, leave 2 stitches blank. In the next stitch, work 2 bubble stitches. Chain 4 stitches between them. Leave 2 stitches blank. Work 1 double crochet. Follow this pattern, leave 2 stitches blank, then work a bubble stitch and a double crochet. Link the bubble stitches with 4 chain stitches. Finish all 4 edges of the blanket. In the corner chain stitch, work 3 bubble stitches, connecting them with 4 chain stitches. Finish this round following the instructions in the previous demonstration. This completes the second round of the hem. Now work the third round and remove the new thread. Finish the gap between the bubble stitch and the stand-up stitch to the right of the stand-up stitch. Work 1 chain stitch to the stand-up stitch. Then pick up the gap to the right and left of the stand-up stitch and thread out. Wrap the yarn again and work it out once. Decrease with single crochet to complete. Work 3 bubble stitches in each of the 2 chain stitches on the left, connecting them with a chain stitch. After this, work a single crochet decrease in the gap between the left and right sides of the double crochet stitch. Work 3 bubble stitches in the eye of the chain stitch on the left, connecting them with 2 chain stitches. After this, work a single crochet decrease in the gap between the left and right sides of the double crochet stitch. Later, work single crochet decreases and bubble stitches, connecting the bubble stitches on each side with 2 chain stitches. Connect the corners with a chain stitch. Finish this round according to the diagram. Third round, complete. For the final round, follow the diagram. To decrease with single crochet, pick up the gap to the left and right of the previous single crochet decrease. Once completed, cut and hide the thread. This concludes our discussion of crochet. This concludes our discussion of this product. If you still have questions about the knitting process, feel free to watch the video several times. Enjoy life, stitch by stitch. See you next time.